Meet Dave, our slightly quirky but lovable tour guide through the bewildering world of accountancy, a realm peppered with debits, credits, and three very golden rules, which serve as its backbone. His office? Think less of a shiny corporate corner and more of a mismatched library of eccentricity. What ho, cash register enthusiasts, chirps Dave, sporting a bow tie that has seen better tax seasons. Today, we're not just balancing books, we're decoding the three golden rules of accountancy. Enter Alan Reel, an anthropomorphic cash register with chronic hiccups. Who gets debited and who gets credited? Asks Dave rhetorically, orchestrating a theatrical pause. Alan Reel knows. In our world, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Dave waves a pointer at Alan, who emits a ding of approval followed by a hiccup. Imagine it like a party. Invitees that enter through the front door are shown to the table, debit, and those pesky freeloaders sneaking out with snacks are scored out, credit. Just remember, we only count the tangible in this domain. Onward to the personal account. Sporting a fez meets Percy, an animated mailbox always on the run from accounting error gremlins. Debit the receiver and credit the giver. Dave exclaims, think manners, folks. When you receive, you show gratitude, debit the receiver. Give a gift, expect a smile, and a thank you as you credit the giver. It's all about people and their persona. Maintain the balance between what you take and what you give back. Lastly, meet nominal Nora, a squawking parrot whose vocabulary is limited to the words expenses and income. A wise bird, she is, says Dave, as Nora perches on the book of fortune adjustments. Debit all expenses and losses. Credit all incomes and gains. Nora chirps in agreement. Think of it as a seesaw. When the expenses rise, you tip one way, debit, and when the income comes in, it's time to balance, credit. And so, dear bean counters, Dave concludes, soaring on a paper plane-shaped ledger, these wondrous rules are your compass in the jungles of accounting. Mystic indeed, but embrace their wisdom and watch as numbers dance to your ledger's tune. With a flourish, he adamantly jots a final ding on Alan Reel, who hiccups ruefully at the day's end. Remember, dear viewers, even in accounting, humor has its succinct currency. And there you have it, the three golden rules of accountancy explained whimsically. Once upon a time, in the kingdom of Numerville, there were two mighty factions vying for supremacy. There was the Army of Order, led by General Ledger, a man of precise ticks and balanced sheets, who wore a sharp pinstripe suit wherever he marched. Opposing him, with a mischievous glint in her eye, was Lady Chaos, the Duke of Discrepancies, who relished in the thrill of misplaced digits. General Ledger's life mission was to maintain the sacred equilibrium of Numerville using the Book of Accounting Principles. It contained sacred laws like the accrual doctrine, the law of consistency, and their beloved matching principle. Every morning, Ledger would recite these hallowed guidelines to his army to ensure the kingdom's numbers were always in perfect harmony. However, Lady Chaos had a different philosophy. She delighted in the game of double-entry mischief. When the kingdom insisted on debits equaling credits, she threw in quirks like phantom expenses and invisible assets. Her best prank was the elusive entity, where she mixed personal affairs with business, leaving the villagers utterly perplexed. One day, in a twist of fate, a major audit was declared upon the kingdom. The auditors, a fearsome team known as the Knights of Reconciliation, arrived, with their ominous ledgers ready to uncover any disarray. General Ledger, as prepared as a graduation speech, faced them with confidence. But Lady Chaos, with a sly grin, knew she had one more card up her sleeve, the enigma of ethics, a conundrum that could sway even the staunchest auditor. Alas, the knights were not swayed by such tricks. With meticulous care, they reconciled every statement, chased down each wild variance, and finally revealed the truth behind Lady Chaos's playful ploys. Her tricks were amusing, but they could not withstand the power of integrity and solidifying principles. In the end, peace was restored. The kingdom's financial records gleamed with clarity, and even Lady Chaos found a new joy, not in disorder, but in the elegance and occasional curiosity embedded in the logic of accounting principles. And thus, everyone in Numerville learned that the tales from the Book of Accounting Principles were not just dull rules. They were the backbone of a story where order always prevailed over chaos, ensuring prosperity and trust in a world of numbers. And as for General Ledger and Lady Chaos, they became the best of rivals, equally appreciated for their roles in the dance of figures. In a realm far away, where numbers danced and accounts chanted, lay the oft misunderstood principles of accounting. Villagers thronged the kingdom of finance, striving to comprehend the mythical general accepting accounting principles, otherwise known as GAAPs. These wise old principles dictated the harmony of profit and loss and the symphony of debits and credits. At the heart of it all stood Sir Accountancy, a knight known for his inflexible consistency and gallant attempts to uphold the honor of a cruel principle. Sir Accountancy believed that transactions should be recorded once they occur, regardless of cash changing hands. The kingdom appreciated his foresight, and the financial statements flourished under his reign. In a nearby castle, Countess Materialia presided over her realm with an astute eye for detail, ensuring every transaction of relevance was properly disclosed. Her followers feared nothing would escape her sharp gaze. Indeed, no penny was too little for her pun net, no transaction too trivial. However, the kingdom wasn't always ruled by the wise. Lurking in the shadows was the slippery character known as deviant cashism. Deviant cashism always attempted to sway citizens back to the days of recording only when money exchanged hands. Enemies whispered for discord, but GAAP's chorus sang clear. Consistency, transparency, relevance, reliability. Even the skeptical Sir Prudence often warned the kingdom of the dangers lurking in speculative profits. Conservatism above all, he would say, cautioning against showing revenue until it was as clear as a provocative pudding. Amidst good governance, each character played their part. The kingdom thrived. Finances communicated truthfully, predictably, and harmoniously. In a jovial twist, it was Duke Full Disclosure who revealed the greatest mystery of all. There are no secrets in accounting, merely well-categorized information. The kingdom burst into laughter, acknowledging the deep wisdom in his words. And so the tale concludes with the principles intact, stalwart knights guiding the kingdom's finances unbiasedly. Villagers understood that the GAAPs were not arcane mysteries, but helpful guides for protecting their coffers. The end, at least until the next fiscal quarter.